Hola everybody. Okay, just a really short video to tell you what you would have done today with me in class. Very, very easy. I'm going to change some of those parts of the verb that we call the stem changes. And we're going to change that today from E to I. So very, very easy. Okay, we're going to do very, very short, and then I'm going to post your activities so you can do them quickly. And again, I apologize for missing class today. Complicated story to tell you. Don't want to bother you with it. All right, so let me just move on and quickly show you what we're going to do today. So remember that some verbs actually change in that stem, like we saw the other day with the O to the weird, etc. Sometimes they change in the first person singular. In this case, we're going to change it, the ones that change from the E to an I, like for example, the verb pedir. Pedir means to ask for, okay? So as you know, we have the stem here. As usual, we have the ending, okay? So that E here is going to change to an I. So when you say, I ask for the menu, you say, pido el menú. Now, tú pides el menú. Él pide el menú. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Then the nosotros and the vosotros never changes, okay? Pedimos, pedís. Usually in the present tense, when you have these changes of stem, the nosotros and vosotros never changes, okay? So you put it a little closer. And then the third one, so the ellos and the ustedes, changes again, okay? So your change is in yo, tú, él, ella, usted, and ellos y ustedes, okay? Pido, pides, pide, and then piden. But these two, nosotros and vosotros, stay the same in the sense that they keep that E. So I was going to also tell you about the last part of the lesson, but I think that we're going to just keep it with this one because, you know, we're doing good with time, so it's not. So I'm glad that today was a very easy subject, that you missed my lecture. And really, that's all that we were supposed to talk about today. So now let me just show you really quickly what I usually show you, which is your, let me see if I have the, all right. No, actually, that's the other one that we're going to do next Monday. So, all right, so here you go. One little note, I have that little yellow dot there because I just wanted to tell you that when you have a verb that has two E's, like repetir, you're going to always change the one that's closer to the end of the word. So see, repetir, you're going to change this one. So yo repito, always the one that's closer to the end of the word. Huh? Here they just tell you to be careful that the verb decir actually is irregular in the yo form. So it has a change in the G. So we're going to see that in 4.4, that there's some verbs that in the yo form, they actually add something like a G, for example. This will be an example. Now, the decir is actually one of those that's rare, that changes in the first person singular and adds the G, but also has this funny little change that we're seeing today that changes from E to I. Huh? Okay, so sigo and consigo. Here they basically, they're telling you that conseguir and seguir, they basically, conseguir already has this part of the word. There's these words that are composed of two parts. Con, in this case, would be your prefix, so it will follow the same. Huh? So that's why it says the yo forms of seguir and conseguir have spelling change in addition to stem EI. Consigo. Basically, what they're saying here, the spelling change is that Do you remember when I told you one day that when you do the, actually, I'm gonna type it here for you on the side, that when you have the sounds like ga, go, gu, ge, gi, right? So you have seguir, that's spelled with G-U-I. All right, so the rule is like this, ga, go, and gu, but then ge and gi. So basically what they're trying to say is you see that in the infinitive, you have seguir and conseguir, which is spelled with G-U-I, because to make the sound gi, you actually have to, hang on one second, guys. I'm gonna press pause. Somebody's coming. Anyway, sorry about that. I just kind of got kicked out of that room because it was, my time was up. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, I apologize for not being able to give you my lecture today, but that was pretty much it. I will post your activities now. If you have any questions, as I usually say, please email me any questions you have, okay? All right, and then I'll see you next Monday, okay? Hasta luego.